Hello and welcome to a new series for myself, Ant, your friendly neighborhood bus driver. I am going to take on the Planet Coaster 2 Career Challenge. I played Planet Coaster 1 quite a bit. I never played it on stream, and I have always enjoyed Planet Coaster. I think I've been a big fan of Roller Coaster Tycoon since I was a little lad. Every time I visit a theme park, we go back and play Roller Coaster Tycoon. When we got home, my brother James, we were the same. We played a lot of it, and yeah, it's a game with my heart, Roller Coaster Tycoon. And I've got all the discs actually from Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, Chris Sawyer's special edition, all the way up to Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. And Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 was very much a difficult game for myself. I didn't really enjoy it as much as I should have done. I preferred the 2-bit sort of 8-bit characters, obviously, of 1 and 2. I can't actually remember a lot of 2. And I like those simulation games, always have done. When Planet Coaster 1 came out, I did struggle really getting into the sort of the creativity of it with the paths and stuff. And I did find myself not as enjoying it as much as I wanted to. But yeah, this is definitely something I'm going to enjoy. I'm going to set everything to easy. Should I easy? No, medium. We're going to go medium. And we're going to play through the career with you guys. So this is the first drop, a prologue, keys to the coaster. It's been a great planet of potential parks out there, but you'll need to go through coast to coast influence induction first. Please keep your arms and legs inside this coaster of the boarding at all times and strap in for some lessons in park management. So yeah, I have played this on stream. We quickly jumped on stream to look at it a little bit. And I must admit, it was very interesting, and they've changed to like the park side of things, like the paths.
Why, hello there.
Hello there!
I'm glad you could make it. I'm Oswald B. Thompson, the CEO of Coaster Coast.
Oh, Oswald, I didn't realize we had a guest. I'm terribly sorry. It didn't come up on my schedule.
Not to worry, Eugene. This is the person I was telling you about. You're looking at the successor of Coaster Coast. Well, providing everything goes smoothly, of course.
Oh wow!
I can't just hand them the keys to the kingdom now, can I, eh?
Goodness, I do apologize. I've just checked my roster, and there you are, right between King Coaster and Queen Splash. Not quite sure how I managed to royally mess that up, but never mind. You're accounted for now.
Marvelous! Well, with that sorted, I think it's about time Eugene, our brilliant ride engineer, and I showed you the ropes. Consider this your official induction.
It's a great big planet of potential parks out there, but you'll need to go through coast to coast induction first. Please keep your arms and legs inside of the coaster, on board at all times, and strap in for some lessons park management.
Before we get started, we have a checklist of objectives from HR that we need to go through. I know, but it's been company policy ever since one of our interns didn't know how to move around. We left them to it, only to find them in the same spot 3 days later. Oh, that won't be you though. Let's try moving the camera around the park now.
So, to be fair, it's a good idea to
I've
have a
got
good,
something
quick
that I think you'll enjoy. It's
play
time
with the
to
tutorial.
build your first ride. I'll hand you over to Eugene. He won Ride Engineer of the Year in 2016, so you're in good hands.
Good.
I
good.
took the liberty of getting a ride ready for you to build. All you need to do is find a place to put it.
I'm gonna go for a flat ride. Great custom.
Splendid! Our guests will need a way to access the ride, so let's add an entrance gate. And with every entrance you will need to connect a queue path to the ride entrance. Without one, guests will not be able to access the ride. We obviously won't need queues for guests leaving the ride. Could you imagine? So you'll need to make sure you're connecting a standard park path to the exit gate.
Standard path. Oh, so this is all done.
And that's it. That's all the steps for building a ride. If you do need a handy little way to remember those steps, I used to remember it as BEEP. Building, entrance, exit, path. Oh,
that's pretty cool.
Don't forget to open the ride. Actually, that would make it Beep-po, wouldn't it? Doesn't have the same ring to it.
Beep-po. So we're just going to open.
It's also worth noting that our guests will have to pay for tickets to enjoy the rides in our parks. We control how much we charge, though. So let's encourage guests to ride our latest attraction by setting the ticket price to bargain for now. We can always increase the price later. As I like to say, when you achieve popularity, charge premium for prosperity. But one step at a time, eh? For now, a very well done and a shiny medal earned. That's your first ride built, and I'm sure it'll be the first of many.
Okay.
The addition of a new ride will have given a slight boost to our park rating.
Into park management.
Multiple different factors contribute to this rating, so you'll want to pay attention to the park rating overview. The better the rating, the more guests will visit.
While driving the guest count up is good, we need to make sure the guests also remain happy while they're visiting. As you can see, we've just received a report that not all of the guests are enjoying themselves. It seems some are rather thirsty. To avoid this in the future, it's handy to keep checking on the Guest Needs tab. If things start dropping too low, you should step in and solve the issue before guests decide to leave.
Let's start by quenching any thirst amongst our guests with a new drink shop.
Right, so we're going to build a drink shop now. So this will be in facilities. Just move my mic a little bit. Facilities, drink.
Brilliant! Now, the guests will need somewhere to relieve themselves after all that intake. Why not build a toilet nearby? We wouldn't want our guests walking around with crossed legs now, would we? That isn't good for anyone's posture.
I just love how beautiful. Let's close that. Guest facilities, toilets.
Speaking of walking, guests will get tired pretty quickly and their energy will drop if they don't have a place to sit. We should make sure there are plenty of benches available. Think of them as Plankonian recharging stations. They're even wireless.
So I'm maybe got place 3 benches.
Amazing work! The guests will be a lot happier now. However, it does come at a price. More food and drink in the park also means more waste. Fantastic! That'll keep the park looking cleaner. We shouldn't stop there, though. Let's make the park look even better by adding some scenery around the ride you built. That way, guests can enjoy the view while they queue.
Scenery is something I always struggle with, because obviously... Z. Oh, it's Z now to... I don't like that. Advanced move. There we go. Oh no, no, I didn't. Advanced move. Right, so we've got 3 more scenery items. It's very mythology, isn't it? if I actually like that one. The exit should have something nice near it.
I think that's everything checked off the scenery list. Well done!
Just stick it in the middle, it seems to work.
Wow! The park is looking great! I can see why Oswald picked you. You're a natural. Now, if we're to keep adding more rides or facilities, they need to be connected to the power grid.
This is
Select
something
an
new.
existing generator to view its info panel and see how much electricity it's producing. As you can see, the generator is powering a network that covers the area filled with rides and facilities. Let's expand that network to cover an open area of the park. To do that, place and connect the additional power facility to the grid.
We want to place a new distributor.
Nicely done! It's all running very smoothly indeed. But to keep the generators maintained and working, you must hire mechanics. Without them, the generators will start gaining a condition penalty, which will decrease the power output. Oh, it seems we don't actually have any mechanics hired. Well, that won't do. Let's hire a few straight away. It may seem excessive, but they're essential when it comes to the maintenance of rides and facilities.
Right, so staff very much in place. Two mechanics.
Uh-oh, I must have jinxed it. We've had a ride break down. Good job we have those mechanics to go and nurse it back to health. An available mechanic will automatically be assigned to fix a broken ride. However, if one is not available, you will have to select the Call Mechanic button to reassign somebody to the job. Be careful though, as reassigning a staff member might mean you no longer have coverage elsewhere.
Hiring staff is just the beginning, though. You also need to pay attention to staff morale. If it gets too low, staff will start to quit their jobs. Breaks are absolutely essential when it comes to keeping staff morale up. And just like guests, our staff need a place to re-energize. To make all of their tired little dreams come true, you should place a staff building. Admittedly, they're not the most glamorous of buildings. So, I'd advise you to place your staff building away from the guest areas, wherever possible. After all, we don't want to bring down that scenery rating that you worked so hard to build up.
Right, so facilities, staff buildings.
Great! Now the park staff have somewhere to go on their breaks and enjoy some peace and quiet. We just need to ensure our inquisitive guests don't go waltzing on in there for the free coffee, claiming to be lost. The best way to avoid this is by connecting an exclusive staff-only path to the building. Guests won't dare step foot on those tiles.
Right, so, paths, staff only. You have the ability to choose what type of staff path? Staff pass.
We'll need to build a mechanic workshop. Here, mechanics will generate research points that are used to unlock new items for your park.
Probably have to put a path into that as well, won't we? So, let's build staff path. There we go. Build a workshop. Some facilities. Oh, we have to open it.
Let's leave the mechanic to it for now. We'll revisit this soon.
Look at the size of this park, man. This is awesome. I've never built anything as cool as this.
Sight. I think I need a moment.
Oh, get some every time.
I can't think of Oswald reminds me of. I'm sure he reminds me of like someone from like when I was a kid who used to be on TV.
Ah, just in time. Our mechanic has earned enough research points to unlock something exciting. Let's take a look at the research tree and aim to unlock the coaster pack. It'll bring a tear to Eugene's eye.
Right, so we're going to research at the top, park management, research, chain lift coasters.
Oh my! Oswald, is that the one I was designing?
The very same, lad. I was just about to make a start on it. But I tell you what, why don't you walk our new friend through it?
It would be my pleasure. Now, this is just a little something I made earlier. First things first, you'll need to select the blueprint.
So, coasters.
Good. And place the coaster down wherever there is enough space. Perfect. One important note here is that, unlike flat rides, coasters need to pass a safety test before they can be opened. Now's as good a time as any. While we wait for the test to finish, let's take the opportunity to add some scenery around the coaster.
That's pretty cool. Right, so add scenery. Close this. I don't know. I don't really. I don't know if this really fits. I don't really think this fits into it, does it? We'll just add it anyway, but I wouldn't be choosing this.
Oh, and remember to open the ride like you did earlier on.
I'd be going for more like
Oh, that is a beauty.
Smiler style,
Terrific
Minder
work, you
Smiler.
two. This is a coaster that truly deserves a place in the spotlight. So, how about we put together an advertisement to mark the occasion?
Sweet.
Head to the advertising tab in the park management menu and let's show the world what the park has to offer. There aren't different audiences to cater for, however, so it's worth considering which advertisement will bring the most guests to your park.
Going to guests, advertising.
While we wait for our campaign to start bringing in more guests, why don't you try out the ride camera and experience all the exhilaration the coaster will have to offer firsthand?
Right, so into ride mode through camera. Oh, that's the wrong button. So I'm just clicking. I'm going for the train camera. Front bumper. Whoa. I've not been to a roller coaster for ages. Like, let's be the guest.
How was that?
No, I didn't get to
Enough
do
for the
anything.
time being? Thank you again for all your hard work. Coaster Coast is going to be in the best of hands, I can tell.
Oswald, you're not You're not...
I'm not going anywhere just yet, Eugene. Don't panic. We're just getting started. Dipping our toes in the... Actually, hold that thought. I've got just the job lined up for you. I'll send you the details. See you soon.
I just want to watch the end of this. Because we didn't really get to see that. It looks like quite a unique fit ride. I'm sure I saw in the opening video that it looks like the track moves. So does that mean we might be able to create a 13 with a drop track? Oh, it does. The track moves. Oh god, it's like Oblivion. Wow. That's amazing. I hope they have VR support. Just to ride roller coasters all day. I come up from the scenery as well. Okay, that's a cool ride. Right, so what was that notification? Right, so we need to go to the next scenario, do we? How do we do that? Exit main menu? I gotta admit, I really... Right. Yeah. So we're off to In the Swim of Things. This must be the next bit of the part of the first missions. The music for this game is fantastic. I have no idea if I'm going to get copyrighted for this music. If I do, I get copyrighted.
Ah, it's good to see you again. Come along, you're right on time. Now, this park is going to be slightly different from the previous park. How? I hear you cry out in anticipation. Well, my eager beaver, we're going to expand this park into, drumroll please, a water park. Of course, we wouldn't expect you to start building pools and flumes all on your own. So, I'd like to hand you over to Brad Newton, our very own water ride engineer.
Hey, mate. How's it going? I'm Brad, and when it comes to water rides, I'm your guy. I used to think everyone was admiring my physique. They'd shout, "Waterman!" But turns out they were just calling me Waterman. I still take it as a compliment, though.
Right, In the Swim of Things. The world of theme parks has changed a bit in recent years. In a world, they've gotten a lot more wet, but you're not getting thrown in the deep end without a life preserver. Coaster Coasters boosts an expert water park engineer eager to help you dip your toes in.
In any case, let's get started. I've set out an area for you to work in. You can't just go planting a pool down anywhere you please. I learned that lesson on Eugene's 8th birthday. He really did love his first laptop, but it ended up giving a new meaning to surfing the web.
A 15 megahertz processor, 4 meg of RAM, and 1 floppy disk drive. Trust my brother to mistake a motherboard for a surfboard.
Anyway, let's focus on our new area. The first thing a water park needs is...
Water.
Well, water. I've prepared a blueprint for you to get started. Of course, you don't have to use that one. I only stayed up all night to make it for you. It's no big deal or anything. Just select the one you want and place it wherever you like. As long as the guests can reach it, of course.
Pools is obviously the first new thing that's a part of this new game.
Nice! That's a pretty enticing pool. So, we want to make sure people can actually swim in it. To do that, we'll need to give them a place to get changed into their swimwear. Have you ever walked around in wet denim? I do not recommend it. Build some changing rooms and a body dryer in a place that's easy to access. Oh, and make sure it's connected to a path, for obvious reasons.
So, is the path? Is that the path?
You're doing a brilliant job so far. Brad seems to have rushed off to find his swimming trunks, so I'll take you through the final steps. Now that the pool is complete, guests will be rushing to purchase their pool passes. At the moment, they're only available at the entrance, so we should place down a guest services building nearby. With this guest services up and running, guests will have more places to buy a pass that will give them access to all the water attractions in the park. No pass, no pool.
Whew! Found them! I can't wait to take a dip. This is all looking amazing. I'm starting to get what Oswald sees in you. You've got great potential here with us. That being said, there's still much for us to do.
It's pretty cool.
I couldn't agree more. As the pool is now up and running, we must keep it clean. After all, no one wants to dive into dirty water.
To do this, all you need to do is add a water filter to the pool. If the pump isn't working, make sure it has power. I found most technical problems can be solved by plugging it in. It also needs to be able to reach the water of the pool to work. Don't worry though, it doesn't have to cover the whole pool. Just a part will do.
So facilities again. Oh. Facilities. Great custom. The power? Is it connected? There's one near a water pillar, yeah. Right, what's going on here? Why is it not working? Facilities. What am I? Place water filter in a pump. I seem to be having a problem here. Just bear with me 1 second so I can... Right, I think I have figured it out. I think you have to... It doesn't explain itself very well. So I had to Google. So let's edit scenario. I feel like it wants to put it all here. So... And then you need to put in this one. And then you need to connect them. It doesn't tell you that.
Great work!
It
Our
really
job
doesn't.
isn't done yet, though. Sometimes guests can tire themselves out in the water and need a place to
20
kick back
minutes.
and relax. We should add some sun lounges so they have a place to chill out. Oh, and some ladders and a diving board too. Extra little touches like these will improve the prestige of the pool. The better the prestige, the more guests will want to visit. It's a win-win.
It was a bit difficult, that one. It was a bit of a difficult one.
Oh, and don't forget to make sure the pool is deep enough to dive in first before placing a diving board. I found that out the hard way. Quite literally.
I think it's about time we check on our pool and make sure guests are enjoying it and feel safe. Select the pool and take a look at the pool safety tab. Oh my goodness, Brad! Brad! There's a guest panicking! What do we do?
Whoa, that's weird. Hey, mate, have you tried swimming? I don't think that's it. Okay, yeah, they need some help.
Oh, think of the paperwork! Okay, everyone, stay calm! Don't panic!
Breathe, Eugene. We've got this. It's all in hand. Place down a lifeguard point at the side of the pool. Without one, lifeguards won't be able to rescue distressed guests. All we have to do now is wait for the lifeguard to do their job. There we go. See, Eugene? The guest is fine.
The lifeguard seems to
Alright.
fix things.
Are you fine, though?
Yeah, of course. I'm totally fine. You're in your happy place.
Cell 1.
Cell A1, cell A2, cell A3. Data validation.
While Eugene comes back down to earth, I want to say you did a great job under pressure. A lifeguard will rescue anyone they see struggling, as long as they're on duty at their point. It's all part of maintaining our pool safety. Remember though, they're only Plankonian. They can only cover so much area at once. Larger pools will need more lifeguards and lifeguard points to keep everyone safe.
Well, this is making some way. I think
Smash
the pool's a
first
good
pool out
idea
of
of
the
that.
park. Not literally, of course. That would be
Ooh,
difficult,
sensible.
not to mention an HR nightmare. But one pool does not a water park make.
Build a pool. I just want to see like what different type of tools there are around here. So draw tool. Okay, as close to this edge as possible. to occur. Oh, you. Oh, Anthony, you idiot. Oh. Trying to make them as close as I can to the path.
Nicely done. Just make sure to hire extra lifeguards to keep the pool safety in the green. I don't think I have another Eugene meltdown in me today.
I have no idea what you're on about.
A true water park needs stuff like wave pools, flumes, and lazy rivers. With that being said, let's start by building a flume. You'll need to know how to build a flume from scratch. So, I'll give you a crash course. First, select the flume that you want from the many beautiful rainbow options we have available.
Could I not push that out a bit more? Right, so we need to, before we do that, we need to pool safety. Right, what's the pool safety rating? 96, open heat map. Close enough. So, just before we do that though, we want to add. How do we add? And then we want. Can we still get to that menu? Facilities, pools, facilities, reward. That there. We don't need to have ladders put in it. Right, so we'll carry on with what they're asking us to do. Body flumes.
Sweet choice! Now, we need to start with the platform. Simply place it down where you think is best. You can also attach multiple flumes to a platform, if you're feeling adventurous. The next step is to start building the flume itself. Start by placing the flume entrance. This is where the slide will start, in case it wasn't obvious. Okay, now here comes the fun part. We have the platform, we have the entrance. Now we need the slide. Place it down however you like. Just keep the angle of the slide in mind. You need the guests to get enough speed to keep going. That reminds me, want to see a cool trick? Eugene can determine the angle of anything just by looking at it.
Oh, Brad, I really don't think they want to...
Nonsense! It's your party trick. At least it would be if you joined me at any. Come on! What angle is, this?
35.7 degrees.
Ha ha! Bingo! How cool is that? Blows my mind every time. Where was I? Oh, yes. Building the slide. Alongside the angle, you should also keep an eye on the twists and turns.
Indeed. If the lateral G-force is too high, it will scare the guests. Not to mention raise the flume's fear and nausea rating. This is looking great! You just need to add a flume exit onto the end of the slide now. Make sure it's close to the water. The guests will need the water to break their landing. That might sound like common sense, but Brad has a scar on his arm that would say otherwise.
Shh! Keep your voice down. I've been telling people it's from when I tried to surf wet cement and almost managed it.
Right, so flume end. I don't think we want to do that yet. We want more track, I think. Place. And then that way, place. Loop end. Place. Okay, maybe that's too low. I'm not very good at this. I don't want it to go down. What's the fear's too high, the noise is too high. Right, okay. So we need to edit the flume. So we need to edit. This is so difficult. Yes, I know what you're trying to tell me to do. Just delete it. Delete. Alright. We want to delete. This is the one thing I had the issue with. I think, no, I don't want to go underground. Right, so we went a bit too. Right, I think that's a bit better. Because in the testing, they were getting too high nauseated. So that's going to cause problems. Fun, fear, nausea. Still making it. Delete. Oh, delete. No, I don't delete right. I think we need to make it less violent. Place, another little drop. Place. Return it, can't we? Place. Then is it that one to drop? And then an end piece. Right, let's now test. The ride exceeds G-force limits, so we're making it even worse. Right. Let's make a flume again. Custom create. Maybe we're just making it too, like, violent. I still think that drops a massive drop. Why is the pathing tool seems to be like massively in the way now? Right, where's the pathing tool? Let's test. delete all this. This is how not to play Planet Coaster 2. What? Oh man. Right. This is definitely not how to play Planet Coaster 2. It still doesn't think we've got the M piece there. Maybe it just doesn't want us to use that M piece. I just don't understand why. Yeah, I'm trying to delete this bit of track.
Anyway, now it's time to test this baby out. We can only open the ride if the test dummy safely reaches the end. Don't worry if it doesn't work on the first try. Eugene got us a great deal on them, so we have plenty spare.
Eugene Newton is no stranger to the artistry of the coupon code. But yes, if the test ride is failing, you can simply open the heat map to see where you can make adjustments. It will highlight any turn that is too sharp or slide that is too steep.
Can I just delete that piece of track? No, I don't want to duplicate it. Mate, stop. Frontier, your game is crap sometimes. Right, there we go. Complete a test with at least 3% excitement.
The big moment is finally here. It's now time to open...
Hello, boys. I wanted to check in and see how the onboarding was going with our new friend here. But I can see there was nothing to worry about. The park is looking great.
Buy a new plot of land.
And with that, your initial onboarding is complete. It's time for you to take what you've learned here and apply it to New Park.
Right, and that is the end of episode 1. Well, there's obviously 2 episodes. There's some lot of frustration in there. Like, it just doesn't give you the sort of leeway into how to design. I think maybe I'm just an idiot. Probably I'm just an idiot. So yeah, that's everything for episode 1. Episode 2 will be coming out in a few days. I hope you enjoyed. Please put your frustration comments in the bottom. I mean, I was starting to get frustrated at the end of this game. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.